Today I'm going to show you all of Talo's leaderboard functionality. I'll be showing you examples in Godot and in Unity. So to start off with, let's start in the Talo dashboard. The dashboard is essentially where you'll manage all of your game data, and it's a nice front end to show you everything that's going on in your game. So starting off, we'll go into the Services tab and click into Leaderboards. I'm going to create a leaderboard. Let's start off with the internal name. This is the name that we'll use to call our leaderboard API. So let's give it something like team scores, and you'll see why I'm using this name in a minute. Display name can be anything. This is just used to display it in the Talo dashboard, so we'll call it team scores. Talo allows you to choose which sort order you'd like to use for your leaderboard. So if you've got times versus scores, it kind of depends on what kind of game you're building. In this case, we're going to go descending, so we want the highest score to be at the top. Refreshing entries is our concept of daily leaderboards, weekly leaderboards, monthly leaderboards, and yearly leaderboards. Essentially how this works is that leaderboard entries from the previous period will be archived. These can still be fetched from the API, but your players will immediately just see the current up-to-date scores if you're running a daily leaderboard, for example. But we won't be using this for now. And unique entries only says whether or not players can submit multiple entries. If this is set to false, or no in this case, then only the highest score will be taken. This obviously depends on the sort mode that you're using as well. In this case, we are going to use unique entries only. And then let's create our leaderboard. So as you can see, we've got our leaderboard here, sort mode descending, unique entries, doesn't refresh. We can click in to view our entries, but we don't have any just yet. And we can also edit the leaderboard again and delete it if we want to. So I'm going to pause there and we're going to switch it over to Godot first. As you can see, I've got a demo up here. This is from the Talo Godot plugin. This comes with this leaderboards demo. And essentially there's a couple of things here that you can configure. So the first thing is this internal name, and you'll notice this is the exact same internal name as the one created in the dashboard earlier. There's also this include archived flag, and essentially this allows us to pull in those archived leaderboard entries if we were using daily leaderboards, but in this case we're not. So let's run the demo. As you can see, we've successfully connected and we have no entries yet. So let me just add an entry and add it. So this demo essentially allows you to have a completely random team and a completely random score. So I've scored 92 points for the red team. I can add another entry. I scored 65 points. Because I've chosen unique entries only, it's only going to show the 92 because that was the highest score. If I create a new user, hopefully blue, we're in luck. So I've scored 20 points for the blue team. And in this demo, I can actually filter by scores as well. So I just want to see the blue team scores there. There's me and there's my red team. And then I can go back to the all team scores. Now, if I switch back to the front end, I can go in and view all of those entries. So you can see here, I've got some props, I've got a score, I've got a player. Props are a way of adding arbitrary data to leaderboard entries. So in this case, I can see exactly what team the player was on. In other cases, I might want to see what level they were on or any other sort of data that you can think of. There's a bunch of things that I can do from here as well. So I can go in and I can edit the score if I wanted to. I can hide the leaderboard entry if I think it's a suspicious entry. I can also go in and look at the player and view their profile. So if this player had any more things like stats and game saves and events and properties, then I could look into these as well. By the way, we have another YouTube video on all of these other things, so go check that out. I can also see if the player is online or not, and this is through the Talo Presence API. So going back, I can edit this person's score. So actually, I think they deserve to score 40, update it, and there we go, it's there. I can also hide their score. So if I go back now and restart the demo, you can see that there's only one score that's been fetched. That's because I've hidden that other score. So next we'll go into the Unity demo and I'll show you the functionality there. Okay, welcome back to the Unity editor. So as you can see, we've also got a leaderboards demo here as part of the samples. We've got the leaderboard internal name pre-filled here to team scores, similar to the other demo. And we've also got the same include archived feature. So if I run this demo, you can see it's very, very similar. So immediately you can see that I've only got the red team score because I actually hid the blue team score. I can then go in and hopefully get a blue team one again. Yep, so I scored 49 for the blue team. I can filter through as well. And I can see all of this directly in the dashboard as well. There's one more thing that I wanted to show today. You can actually sync all of your leaderboard entries with Steamworks. So under services and integrations, you can enable the Steamworks integration. So for this example, I'll just enter a random key. I'll enter a random game app ID, and you can see here that we have this option to sync leaderboards with Steam. This will actually sync leaderboards bidirectionally. So if you've already got some existing leaderboards and existing leaderboard entries, you can push all of these to Talo and it will create the relevant leaderboards and leaderboard entries. Similarly, you can push all of your leaderboard data from Talo to Steamworks. The reason that you might want to do this is because you get the best of both worlds, being able to take advantage of all of Steamworks' ecosystem while getting all the simplicity from Talo and all the functionality and flexibility that it offers as well. I hope this has been a useful look at the leaderboard system in Talo. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you and take care.